There are many ways to approach making a piece of jewelry. In this video, Kyle will demonstrate the wax carving process, the step a jeweler takes before precious metal casting can begin.
Here, he starts with a blank piece of wax. This wax is a brown wax which is designed to be brittle and is better for carving purposes. Notice how he takes the anvil, which was pre-made on his 3D printer, and uses it as a template while he scribes the hard wax surface. Once these lines are established, a piercing saw is used, or commonly known as a jeweler's saw, to cut out the design that he left on the wax. Now, Kyle prepares his alcohol lamp and is set up to add wax to his model. Wax carving is a very forgiving media. If you make a mistake, you can always add wax with a burner and a tool designed for collecting and depositing wax. Here we move on to the belt buckle. The belt buckle was an heirloom wax that my client inherited from some previous jeweler's collection. Because it was so brittle, we started with room temperature vulcanization, a way to mold the wax without breaking it. Then, if we needed to have any copies made, we could do so easily. Here we go back to the reduction process. In this process, we remove material from the shape in order to reveal the curves and angles that we are interested in capturing in the final design. Now, let's pull out our digital calipers to make sure that we're reaching the specs the client wants. Because we haven't, we're now adding more wax to the horn and then removing it with our Flexshaft tool. A variety of hand tools can be used to carve the wax. Carving tools, files, even your fingernail can be used as long as you're doing it consciously and with intention. It is not uncommon for the jeweler to do many passes of adding wax and then removing it. Sometimes one goes back and forth for many hours in order to get exactly the results they are looking for. Sometimes it can be helpful to use your Flexshaft tool. The Flexshaft and its myriad of attachments allow the jeweler, especially when wax carving, to quickly remove material. Using different tools with different shapes allow the jeweler to get into different recesses without doing damage to other places on the mold that the jeweler was not intending to attack. Now, it looks like the anvil's just about ready to move on to the next step. Here, the jeweler textures the belt buckle to match the original design. A ball burr is easily used to imitate the previous texturing. And now we prepare the belt buckle for lettering. Then, we prepare our layout lines so that we can remember where the anvil goes later on. Next, we take the 3D printed letters and try to lay them out on the surface in order to find a desirable position. This process takes a considerable amount of time, slowly going back and forth with the letters, trying to get the spacing correct while also respecting the angle that the letters are facing. Lastly, for this project, Each and every letter has to be adhered with wax to the surface. We will then pass this piece on to the next process, where we will mold it again with room temperature vulcanization.
Oh, hey, what's up, y'all? You made it to the end of the video. You're just as surprised as I am, right? Well, I hope you liked my little interpretation of a like how it's made type video. I enjoyed making it, but boy, did that take a long time. Feel free to leave some comments below. I'm always curious what ingenious ideas other people come up with that help save me and the time of others. That's a very valuable part of this community. We're all learning, we're all interested, and if you're a jeweler, you're probably very interested and constantly learning. So currently, because of quarantine, I have plenty of time to document what I am doing, and I hoped that I would be practicing a new part of a fusion technique. But please visit www.kylethomas.com where you can get jewelry that is out of this world. That was a joke, because I make space-themed jewelry.